Imagine waking up each day truly connected to what you want to create in your life, feeling like the universe is not just watching, but actually working with you. Sounds powerful, right? Well, that's exactly where this journey begins. Because this video, it's made for you. For the part of you that's been craving more alignment, more meaning, and more magic in the everyday. Today, we're diving deep into what it really means to align your energy, your emotions, and your awareness, and how that alignment can help you build an extraordinary life, starting now. Have you ever heard of Jacobo Grinberg? If not, you're in for something special. He wasn't just a scientist or a spiritual seeker. He was someone who dared to blend both worlds into one revolutionary understanding. Grinberg spent his life exploring how our thoughts and feelings don't just stay inside us. They ripple out and shape reality itself. And trust me, once you understand this, it changes everything. Think about where you are right now. Maybe driving, sipping coffee, or just reflecting on life's ups and downs. Wherever you are, you're surrounded by an invisible force, an energy that connects all of us. And here in the Arcane Vault, we explore how to consciously shape that energy to create the life you actually want. But don't worry, we're not here to float around in vague ideas. This video is filled with practical tools, deep insights, and easy-to-follow exercises that you can start using right away. Everything is designed to help you expand your awareness, shift your energy, and open new doors for real transformation. So stick with me until the end. I promise your view of life and your place in it will never be the same. Let's talk more about Jacobo Grinberg. He was one of the boldest thinkers of the 20th century, someone who set out to bring together science and spirituality in ways most people wouldn't even dare to imagine. Born in Mexico during a time of major change, Grinberg was deeply curious from an early age. He was fascinated by psychology, neuroscience, and ancient spiritual traditions. Anything that could help answer life's biggest questions. Who are we? What is consciousness? And how does it shape reality? He spent years studying with indigenous shamans, believing their ancestral wisdom held secrets about the human mind that modern science had missed. And instead of picking one path, he chose to combine both spiritual traditions and scientific research. This journey led him to develop powerful ideas like the consciousness network, a theory that suggests reality isn't something outside us, but something we're actually helping to create with our minds. Yes, some of his work is still controversial, but his legacy? Undeniable. Grinberg gave us a new lens for understanding reality, one where thoughts, feelings, and vibrations are more than just fleeting experiences. They're tools for creation. He believed consciousness, both collective and individual, is deeply connected. Think of it like a giant web of energy, where every intention you send out doesn't just impact your life, but echoes out into the world. At first, it might sound abstract, but it's actually incredibly practical. His work asks us to look within and ask, what kind of energy am I adding to the world? Because every thought, every feeling, every intention you carry, it matters. It shapes your life and the environment around you. In today's world, where science and spirituality are finally finding common ground, Grinberg's ideas are more relevant than ever. He left us with a beautiful, challenging truth. We are creators, not just observers. Let's go deeper into this consciousness network idea. Grinberg believed that we're all part of an interconnected web, a network of energy, intention, and awareness. This isn't just philosophy. He viewed it as a real force that explains how we experience and influence reality. Picture it like this. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, sends out a wave into this invisible field. That wave connects with others, influencing how the world shows up for all of us. So, when you strongly desire something or feel an intense emotion, it doesn't just sit inside you. It radiates out. It interacts with the energetic network. And that ripple creates real changes, not just in your life, but in the shared field we all exist in. If your vibration is clear, focused, and aligned, the network responds by bringing things into alignment around you. If your energy is full of fear, confusion, or resentment, that too echoes outward, sometimes blocking the very things you're trying to attract. Here's the key: intention matters. For Grinberg, manifesting isn't about repeating affirmations or visualizing a new car. It's about becoming a vibrational match for what you want. You need to feel it, live it, and align with it, as if it's already real. That's when the network shifts. That's when reality starts to reflect your inner state. But he also reminded us of the flip side. Negative emotions aren't harmless. They distort the field. They ripple out and influence others. That's why our inner work is more than self-care. It's service to the collective. Now let's connect that to the idea that the universe always says yes. Sounds poetic, right? But Grinberg believed it's actually universal law. The universe doesn't filter your intentions as good or bad. It simply responds to your vibration, what you feel and project most consistently. And emotions are the fuel behind that vibration. When you live in joy, gratitude, love, you're tuned to high frequencies. And those frequencies attract experiences that match. But when you're stuck in fear, envy, or anxiety, that lowers your frequency. And guess what? You attract situations that keep you feeling exactly that way. It's like you're sending out a radio signal, and the universe tunes in and sends it right back. This isn't just spiritual talk. It echoes what quantum physics is discovering too, that everything is energy, and similar energies naturally resonate with one another. By raising our emotional frequency and directing our thoughts with clarity, we become co-creators of reality. Subtle? Yes, but absolutely life-changing. Grinberg's message was simple, but bold. You have the power to shape your world. Your thoughts matter, your emotions matter, and your intentions? They can either build the life you want or hold you back. Think of someone who constantly complains about their bad luck. Even if they want things to improve, their energy says otherwise, and the universe responds to that vibration. Now contrast that with someone who faces challenges with gratitude. Their mindset shifts everything. And again, the universe responds. Same world, same universe, totally different experience. So if there's one message I want you to carry from this video, let it be this. You are not a victim of life. You're the author of it. The way you're feeling right now, that's not random. It's part of a process. You didn't just stumble upon this video by chance. You were drawn here because you're ready. You're in alignment. And from here on, everything can change. Let's talk about something that affects your life far more than you might realize. Your beliefs. The ones you're aware of, and especially the ones hiding beneath the surface. According to Jacobo Grinberg, our beliefs are like invisible blueprints. They don't just shape how we see the world. They actually influence what we allow into our lives. Even when you really want something, if your inner beliefs are telling a different story, they'll create friction, like trying to drive with the brakes on. For example, maybe you were raised with the idea that money is bad, or that success isn't for people like me. These messages, often picked up in childhood, can become unconscious rules that hold you back, no matter how hard you try on the surface. You could be working hard, doing all the right things, and still feel stuck. That's because these inner beliefs are acting like emotional anchors, pulling you down just as you're trying to rise. Grinberg believed these beliefs don't just mess with our psychology, they impact our energy field. When we truly believe in something, that belief becomes a frequency we emit into the consciousness network. That's why empowering beliefs help you act with confidence and attract aligned experiences. But limiting beliefs? They create static. They send mixed signals. And those signals block the energy flow that brings success and fulfillment. So how do we change this? It starts with awareness. When you're facing resistance or doubt, ask yourself, why do I believe this is hard? Where did I learn that I'm not enough? You might be surprised by what surfaces. And here's the beautiful part. Once you're aware of a belief, you're no longer controlled by it. That's the turning point. But awareness is just the first step. Real transformation? That takes practice. Grinberg emphasized that changing beliefs isn't a one-time shift. It's a process. It takes repetition, intention, and a real commitment to rewrite your inner narrative. So how do we do that? One simple but powerful method is through positive affirmations. Start telling your mind a new story, one that supports your growth. If you've ever felt like you're not good enough, try saying, "I am worthy of all the love, abundance, and success life has to offer." Say it daily, but don't just say it. Feel it. Let the emotions sink in. This isn't about tricking your mind. It's about creating a new emotional truth that your energy can align with. Another life-changing tool? Memory review. Grinberg suggested going back to old moments that planted limiting beliefs and reshaping them. Imagine you had a moment of failure that convinced you you'd never succeed. Revisit that memory. Mentally rewrite the scene. Picture yourself rising above it, responding with power and grace. Doing this doesn't change the past, but it does change how your energy relates to it. You start healing the emotional charge and freeing up your potential. And if you want something more physical, try techniques like EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, also known as tapping. This method involves gently tapping on specific points on your body while speaking out the belief you're releasing. It might seem simple, but the results can be immediate and powerful. Tapping helps clear emotional blocks and realign your energetic system. You feel lighter, more grounded, and ready to shift. One of the biggest takeaways from Grinberg's work is the power of self-observation. Watch your thoughts throughout the day, especially in moments of doubt, fear, or hesitation. Catch those limiting patterns in real time. When you do, you interrupt the loop. You create space for something new. And tools like meditation help with this tremendously. By sitting in stillness, you quiet the noise and begin to hear the truth beneath the programming. You make room for clarity, inspiration, and transformation. And here's the real secret: consistency, not perfection, not doing it all at once. Just showing up for yourself day by day. That's how beliefs shift. That's how your vibration rises. That's how new realities begin. Grinberg deeply believed in one specific tool to help anchor all of this: visualization. But for him, it wasn't just about closing your eyes and imagining something nice. Visualization was a sacred act of energetic creation. It's where your thoughts, feelings, and intention unite to shape reality. And science backs this up. Neuroscience shows that when you visualize something vividly, your brain activates as if it were happening in real life. That means every time you picture your goals clearly, with emotion, you're not just imagining. You're training your brain and broadcasting a frequency into the consciousness network. But there's a catch. For it to work, you've got to feel it. Don't just see the new job or the dream relationship. Hear the sounds, smell the air, feel the joy. Engage all your senses. Let the experience come alive in your body, not just your mind. If you're visualizing a new home, imagine running your fingers along the walls. Hear the laughter in the kitchen. Feel the sun streaming through the windows. That's the kind of energy that creates change. Emotion is the fuel. Grinberg taught that it's not just the image in your mind. It's the vibration behind that image that activates creation. When you visualize, infuse it with gratitude, joy, certainty. These feelings aren't optional. They're the signal. They tell the universe you're not just wishing. You're aligned, you're ready, and you're living it now. The key to making visualization truly transformative lies in practice. This isn't a one-time thing. It's a ritual. Grinberg recommended visualizing daily, especially in those in-between moments, right after waking or just before sleep. Why? Because that's when your mind is most open, your subconscious most receptive. With consistency, this daily practice not only deepens your connection to the consciousness network, it reshapes how you see yourself. Over time, you begin to expect things to go right. You start living from a state of trust, and trust is magnetic. At the heart of it all, Grinberg believed in the profound link between emotion and energy. Emotions aren't just feelings, they're vibrational engines. Every emotion you experience sends out a frequency, shaping how you connect to the world around you. They're not random, they're guidance. Emotions act as your compass, letting you know when you're aligned or out of sync with your purpose and your desires. High vibrational emotions, like love, gratitude, joy, they elevate your frequency. They open you up to synchronicities, opportunities, and flow. These emotions create energetic coherence, where your thoughts, feelings, and actions move in harmony. But the opposite is also true. Emotions like fear, shame, and envy create internal static. They make your signal inconsistent. They block the flow of abundance and clarity. But here's the thing. It's not about pretending those emotions don't exist. It's not about just staying positive. Grinberg was clear. Every emotion has value, even the heavy ones. They're messengers. When you feel fear or anger, don't suppress it. Witness it. Ask yourself what belief or experience lies underneath it. That awareness alone begins the process of energetic transmutation. It's how you shift from dissonance to alignment, from resistance to release. There are simple tools to support this shift. One of the most powerful, breath. Your breath is a bridge between mind and body, between thought and vibration. Conscious breathing can shift your state in minutes. Try this, the 4-7-8 technique. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Do it slowly, with intention. You'll feel the shift. Your nervous system calms, your mind clears, and your energy opens. That's how quickly you can change your vibration. So as we come to the end of this journey, I want you to truly feel something. This video wasn't just information. It was a message meant for you. You didn't find this by chance. You were drawn to it because a part of you is waking up, perhaps the part that's always known deep down that reality is more than just what we see, that your thoughts, your feelings, your energy matter. Maybe you've been looking for answers, for a sense of purpose, or for a sign to begin shifting your life in a real and powerful way. Let this be that sign. Let this moment be a marker in your timeline. A turning point where you stop seeing yourself as a passive observer of life and start realizing you are, and have always been, a creator of it. You don't need to be perfect to begin. You don't need to have it all figured out. The only thing you need is a willingness, a decision, to take back the power you've always had. The universe doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for alignment. And alignment starts with honesty. What do I believe? What am I feeling? What am I vibrating? What am I ready to release? What am I ready to receive? These questions aren't just for a spiritual practice. They're invitations to step into a higher version of yourself. Everything Grinberg shared, everything we explored today, it's not meant to stay in your mind as theory. It's meant to be lived, breathed, practiced. Your emotions, your breath, your thoughts, your visualizations, they're all tools already within you, waiting to be consciously directed. Use them. Sit with them. Feel their power. Because when you do, you'll begin to notice subtle shifts, an opportunity that comes at just the right time, a moment of clarity in the middle of confusion, a sense of peace where there used to be fear. That's not coincidence. That's you tuning into a higher frequency. That's the consciousness network responding. That's the universe whispering, yes. So go forward with the awareness that your energy matters. Your emotions matter. What you believe, feel, and imagine, it all matters. You're shaping your reality moment by moment, thought by thought. You're not behind. You're not late. You're exactly where you need to be. And this, right now, is the beginning of a more aligned, intentional, and extraordinary chapter of your life. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening with an open heart. And thank yourself for choosing to awaken, to learn, and to remember the truth of who you are, a powerful, conscious creator. The journey doesn't end here. It only expands. Stay curious, stay connected, and most importantly, stay in your vibration. If this video spoke to something within you, if it stirred thoughts, emotions, or possibilities you've been quietly holding, then this is just the beginning. There's more to explore, more to uncover, and more to align with. So if you felt a spark today, I invite you to keep walking this path with me. Dizzy, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you don't miss the next steps on this journey. Brain like the video if it resonated, and let me know in the comments, what belief are you ready to transform? Bell and tap the notification bell so you're the first to know when the next transmission drops. This space is for seekers, for creators, for those who know there's more beneath the surface. If that's you, you've found your vault. Welcome home.